What if I told you that one of the most overlooked elements of El Greco's brilliance was his choice of fabric? Beneath the mystical glow of his saints and the swirling energy of his composition lies a forgotten material, Mantelillo. Today we uncover how this humble Spanish linen helped shape the expressive power of El Greco's art, and how it can still transform the way we paint today. I recently traveled to Toledo and Madrid to explore this forgotten thread of Spanish painting, literally. Along the way, I visited El Greco's home, the Church of Santo Tomé, and the Toledo Cathedral, and sat down with Mantelillo expert and artisan Javier Sebaste, who helped me rediscover how this fabric was made, used, and preserved. His work recreating historical fabrics has been used by museums and restorers who need absolute accuracy.
Yo soy Javier Sebaste, llevo 5 años dedicado a lo que es la tejeduría y al estudio de los lienzos históricos, sobre todo de los que aparecen en los cuadros creados aquí en España.
Mantelillo is a hand-woven coarsely textured linen used in 16th and 17th century Spain, quite literally a type of tablecloth. It was repurposed by painters for its durability and availability.
El motivo era que sus clientes le requerían un ancho de tela lo más grande posible, y eso solamente se lo daban los mejores telares, y los mejores telares se utilizaban para hacer esto en concreto, los manteles.
Unlike the fine uniform canvases of Italy or Flanders, Mantelillo featured distinct geometric patterns woven into the fabric, often symbolic and sometimes even spiritual.
Pero al final todo eran lienzos, patrones históricos que se utilizaban en la vida cotidiana.
These repeating designs not only added texture but also allowed weavers to produce cloths in much larger sizes than standard loom width.
Se puede ver como un patrón, como si fuese un panal de abeja, pues es muy parecido desde lejos, pero cuando uno lo pone en forma rasante, la luz, se puede ver perfectamente que encontramos justamente este patrón. Este es el patrón exactamente que se utilizó para hacer este mantelillo.
Its structure made it ideal for bold underpainting, all qualities that Spanish painters, including El Greco, embrace in their expressive technique.
Y bueno, y aquí en conjunto pues vamos viendo las distintas complejidades que hemos ido descubriendo en las radiografías y que hemos ido desvelando. Cada vez se van descubriendo más gracias a las técnicas radiográficas, que son las que nos dan ya el toque científico, porque esto no se puede ver a simple vista si no tienes entrenada lo que es una visión. Esto era debido a que en el caso de España, como consecuencia de que con las distintas restauraciones que se han hecho a los cuadros, se ha puesto una tela por detrás, que es lo que se llama reentelado.
When El Greco settled in Spain, he adapted. He worked with local materials and quickly recognized the expressive power of Mantelillo. It allowed him to break away from the polished surfaces of his Byzantine iconography roots and move toward a more spiritual, open, and visceral painting language. He often left parts of the ground exposed, letting the red or gray base show through the brushstrokes, a visual choice made possible by the very fabric beneath. Inspired by Javier, I recreated the historical process in my own studio, starting with raw mantelillo, stretched and sized using traditional rabbit skin glue. Javier, in an incredible generous gesture, offered me a few of his rare hand-woven samples, the same type of fabric he has analyzed in close collaboration with the Prado Museum for the study and conservation of Spanish master paintings. These are textiles handcrafted with historical accuracy and deep material knowledge. Thanks to his gift, I was able to work directly with the kind of fabric El Greco himself would have known.
Aquí tenemos las semillas del lino. Estas son las semillas que se han utilizado durante milenios. Actualmente existen decenas de variedades, pero a nosotros las que nos interesan son las que se siembran para obtener fibra. Una vez que tenemos la semilla, la sembramos y crece la planta que sale del lino es esto. Este es el resultado final. Después de aproximadamente entre 2 meses y medio y 3 meses. A medida que vamos quitando la corteza, se va obteniendo la fibra que hay interior. Esto es lo que realmente luego se hila. Esto es lo que tenemos que ir hilando a través de un uso de la forma tradicional o luego más avanzado con el tiempo fueron con unas ruecas. Las ventajas de este lino es que no se han utilizado impurezas. Es distinto y es lo que se utilizaba hace 400 años.
Using technical analysis published by various museums, I recreated the ground used by El Greco. In this case, it's a gesso ground, a lean oil layer on top, and finally the pictorial layer. What I discovered was this: the moment the brush touched the surface, the fabric left a distinctive mark. When paint is dragged across it without medium, the texture creates a broken, almost pixelated effect. This surface doesn't allow for overworking, it encourages spontaneity, forcing the artist to paint more freely and expressively, just as it once did for El Greco. We often think of the support as secondary, but it's foundational. Mantelillo pushes back, it resists control, it demands boldness. By returning to these traditional materials, we don't simply imitate the old masters, we begin to understand their paintings not only as pictorial compositions, but as conscious material creations. The soul of a painting starts long before the first stroke. It begins with the ground beneath. If you enjoyed this deep dive into historical techniques, subscribe for more on classical materials and methods, and also studio reconstructions, and let me know in the comments which you paint on Mantelillo. Also, if you're interested in El Greco's painting technique, check out my course available at Udemy.